Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to today's session. So today we are going to discuss a very important news article that is regarding the Reserve Bank of India that has decided to withdraw the rupees 2000 banknotes from circulation. So what does this mean? Why the RBI has to release two notifications and press release for this one decision? So all of this we are going to discuss in today's session, and let me tell you that this is very important from the exam point of view. Direct questions can come from this news article as there is much data point that we need to understand and remember from this news article. So let's start with it. But before that, do subscribe to our YouTube channel and join our Telegram channel for the PDF of this session. So starting with the news article, the Reserve Bank of India has decided to withdraw the rupees 2000 from circulation, that is from the economy, from the public. The RBI is trying to take away the rupee 2000 banknotes. Okay. So the central bank has asked the people to exchange or deposit their 2000 rupee note in the banks by September 30, 2023. So enough time has been given to the public to deposit or to exchange the rupee 2000 notes so that it can be withdrawn from the economy. Okay, so it will at last go to the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, it will be withdrawal from the, it will be withdrawn from the public, from the economy, and it will be taken away. So the Shaktikanta Das, that is the governor of the Reserve Bank of India, has even given a statement regarding the rupee 2000 notes. Okay, so it is still going to be the legal tender that you can still utilize it for the transaction purposes, but the RBI has decided to withdraw it from the economy. So why this decision has been taken? So first understand the background. Okay, so rupees 2000 denomination banknote, they were introduced in November 2016 when the demonetization happened. So in the demonetization, it was decided and it was said by the Prime Minister of our country that now the rupee 1000 and the rupee 500 note that were the legal tender at that time, that were utilized for the transactions at that time, now they have lost their status as the legal tender. That is, these notes will not be utilized for the transaction purposes. So the Prime Minister of our country came in live and he informed in around 18 November 2016 that this decision has been taken, and from now onwards these notes are not the legal tender. They should not be utilized for the transactions. Okay, that is, you cannot buy groceries with this money, and you cannot buy any stuff with this money now. Like there were some exceptions. So this happened. Now the people, they started panicking. They started rushing to the banks to exchange their currency and to get the new currency. Okay, because against that the new currency was introduced. So at that time there was huge cash shortage and there was immediate requirement of the currency with the people. Okay, so this 2000 rupee note that was introduced in November 2016 under the section 24(1) of the RBI Act 1934, this was primarily to meet the immediate currency requirement of the economy of the people, so that they can have, through one note they can have enough cash within their hands. Okay, so this high denomination banknote was introduced at that time to meet the cash shortage and to meet the immediate requirement of the people for the cash. Okay, so this happened. So this was introduced because the legal tender status was taken away from the previous 500 and 1000 banknotes that were in circulation at that time. Okay, so this high denomination currency was introduced in November 2016. Now the objective of introducing the 2000 banknotes was met, because now what has happened, that we have seen, like we have covered 6 years, we have came forward 5-6 years, and now there are enough adequate quantities that are available of other denomination. That is, this new 500 rupee note that was introduced in November 2016, now this currency as well as the other banknotes, they are enough in circulation, they are enough present, they are present in the adequate quantities. Okay, so that's why there is no longer the need of this high denomination banknote. Therefore, the printing of rupees 2000 banknotes, it stopped as before as 2018-19, because there were adequate quantities of the other denomination banknotes that were made available. So I hope you have understood the background, that okay, they were introduced, these 2000 rupee note, they were introduced in November 2016, and why. Okay, so now the data points. About 89% of the 2000 denomination banknotes were issued prior to March 2017, because there was immediate requirement of the high denomination banknote so that it can cater to the cash shortage. And are at the end of their estimated lifespan of 4-5 years. So a banknote lifespan is considered 4 to 5 years, and now these 89% of the 2000 rupee notes, they have somehow completed their lifespan. Printing of rupees 2000 notes, it stopped as way back in the year 2018-2019, and the other currency notes, they have become available in adequate quantities. Okay, so the total value of these banknotes that is in circulation, that is with the public, has declined from 6.73 lakh crore at its peak as on March 2018. It has come down to 3.62 lakh crore, constituting only 10.8% of the notes that are available in the economy, that are available with the public. So you can understand that only this much percentage out of the total notes, only 10 or around 11% of the notes are in the form of 2000 rupees that are available with the public. So it has now also been observed that these bigger notes, like there are very less people that actually use the 2000 rupee note. Okay, so it has also been observed that this denomination is not commonly used for transactions. Okay, usually the people do not have this denomination currency with them. Further, the stock of banknotes in other denomination continues to be adequate. The other currency, other banknote, they are available in adequate quantities to meet the currency requirement of the public, and that's why the rupee 2000 notes, they are losing their significance. Okay, so I hope you have understood this very clearly. And the RBI, in view of all these, that okay, they have completed their lifespan, they have nearly completed their lifespan, they are not being utilized for the transaction purposes. So in views of all of these, as well as in pursuance of the clean note policy, that is the policy of the Reserve Bank of India, in which the people should only have the high quality notes, the people should not have the worn out notes or the notes that have lost their lifespan, okay, that have completed their lifespan, we can say. So under the clean note policy, the Reserve Bank of India has decided that okay, we are going to withdraw the rupee 2000 denomination banknotes from the circulation, as these banknotes have lost their significance for the transaction purposes. Now they are only getting utilized for the hoarding purposes, we can say. Okay, they are only being utilized for the negative purposes, for the hoarding purposes, for the black money kind of thing, because you can see that they are not utilized for the day-to-day transaction. So where they are going, who is keeping them? So it is being kept in the households, it is being kept hidden in the houses. Okay, so you can understand that they are actually being utilized for the hoarding purposes and not for the transaction purposes. So the banknotes in 2000 rupee denomination, they continue to be the legal tender, that is you can use them for the transaction purposes. So the withdrawal of the rupees 2000 notes is happening. This does not mean that they have lost their value. Okay, it is not like that. You can still use it for the transaction purposes. Similar withdrawal has happened before also. The RBI has done this before also. It is not like this is happening for the first time. So this the withdrawal has happened in 2013-2014 of the notes that were issued prior to 2005, as they had completed their lifespan. So they were taken away and they were removed from the circulation. They were withdrawn from the circulation. Okay. So facility for deposit and exchange. Now how you can exchange these, now how the RBI is going to withdraw these rupees 2000 banknotes, because many people can have these, right? So what facility has been provided is that the members of the public, that is the public, they can deposit rupees 2000 banknotes into their bank accounts. They can even exchange them into the banknotes of other denomination. That is, you can give your 2000 rupees and you can take the currency of other denomination, that is rupees 500 and rupees 100 notes. So you can take that, okay, at any bank branch. In order to ensure that the operational convenience and any kind of disruption is not happening to the regular activities of the bank branch, that is to take the deposit and to give the loan, this is the regular activity of the bank. Now if many people are coming at a time to exchange the rupees 2000 notes, so it become tiresome for the bank also. Okay, so it has been said that if you want to exchange the rupees 2000 notes, that is, you are not depositing the currency but you are actually exchanging the currency, then the limit has been given, that the limit is up to rupees 20,000 at a time at any bank starting from May 23, 2023. So from May 23, 2023, the people can go to the bank branches at any bank branch that is near to your house of any bank. Even if you do not have the account in that bank, you can go to that bank and you can exchange the rupees 2000 banknotes, but the limit is of 20,000 at a time for the exchange. Okay, the deposit does not have any limit, because you can deposit as much as you want in your bank account in your bank. Okay, the limit is in some cases like the Jan Dhan Yojana bank accounts, so that has some limits, and the other kind of bank accounts like the minor bank account, that has some limit in the deposits. Otherwise, you can deposit as per that kind of limit. Okay, but there is no extra limit that has been provided especially for this kind of activity of giving the 2000 rupee note for the deposit. The facility for exchange of 2000 rupee banknotes up to the limit of 20,000 at a time shall be provided at the 19 regional offices also that have the issue department, having issue departments from 2023. So not only the bank branches but also the 19 regional offices will also be providing this kind of service, in which the exchange of the currency of the banknote can happen. You can give the rupee 2000 banknote and they will give you some other denomination banknote. Okay, so the exchange, there is the exchange that we have discussed about. Okay, so now for the deposit into bank accounts can be made in the usual manner, that is without restriction under there are restrictions, there are limits in the exchange category, but there are no such limits for the deposit. The deposit can be made in the usual manner as per the existing requirements, as per the existing instructions and other applicable statutory provisions. Like for some minor accounts, for some Jan Dhan Yojana accounts, they have some limit, so as per that limit you have to follow that. Okay, so the bank shall also be required to comply with the cash transaction reporting. So the KYC norms the banks have to follow, as well as they have to follow that if the deposits are happening. So they have, if they are suspicious that how this person has so much deposit suddenly, and how this person has so many 2000 rupee note, so they can do the suspicious transaction reporting and the cash transaction reporting with the FIU India. Okay, so we have discussed about the FIU India in a previous session. Okay, this is the Finance Intelligence Unit of India. So to complete the exercise in a time-bound manner and to provide adequate time to the public also, all the banks will be able to deposit the rupee 2000 notes, and they will be able to exchange the rupee 2000 notes until September 30, 2023. So separate guidelines has been provided to the bank also. Okay. So the business correspondents, that is the arm of the banks. So the banks have many business correspondents that are providing the basic banking services to the far off areas. So those are the business correspondents that are connected to some particular banks. So they may be allowed to exchange the rupees 2000 banknotes up to the limit of rupees 4000 per day only for an account holder, okay, of the particular bank. For this purpose, banks may at their discretion enhance the cash holding limits of the business correspondents, but for the people, if they want to use the business correspondence of the banks to exchange the currency, they can only exchange the currency up to rupees 4000 in a day. Okay, so a person can go to the business correspondent and give the 2000 rupee notes and can take 500 notes or 500 rupee notes or the other currency notes. So for providing the deposit or exchange facility to people residing in the remote unbanked areas, the banks may consider using the mobile vans also. So the vans of the banks, they can utilize it for providing the currency and for exchanging the currency in the remote areas. Okay, while crediting the value of 2000 notes to, like, if you are depositing, like I have told you, if you are depositing the rupee 2000 notes to Jan Dhan Yojana bank accounts or basic savings bank deposit accounts or the minor accounts, so the usual limits will apply mutatis mutandis. Okay, so the usual conditions will apply. There is no extra conditions that are provided in this case. The bank shall, to the extent feasible, make special arrangement to reduce the inconvenience for the senior citizens, for the person with disabilities, women seeking to exchange or deposit their rupees 2000 notes. So this is the guidelines that has been provided for the banks. So the bank shall maintain daily data on the deposit and exchange of rupees 2000 banknotes in the format given. So the bank name should be there, the date, and how many, the amount of 2000 banknotes that are exchanged, amount of rupees 2000 banknotes that are deposited in a day. So the total amount has to be given, and in this format the banks has to maintain the data. All the banks shall discontinue the issue of rupees 2000 denomination banknotes with immediate effect. So they are advised, the RBI has advised banks to stop issuing rupees 2000 denomination banknotes to the public, so they cannot keep it in their ATMs or cash recyclers. Now there are many banks that hold the currency chest, that is they have the currency chest that has huge amounts of banknotes. So it has been said that there should be no withdrawal from that currency chest of the rupees 2000 denomination note. So and the rupees 2000 denomination notes that are present in the currency chest should be sent to the RBI office. All the banknotes in this denomination that are received by the banks through the deposit or the exchange, so the bank should be able to check it and sort it immediately with the note sorting machines for the accuracy and genuineness, that there is no counterfeit note that the bank is accepting. The detention, reporting and the monitoring should happen of the counterfeit note. So I hope you have understood this clearly. Now replenishment of stock of other denominations for currency. So the branches or the currency chest should estimate their cash requirement, that how much cash they will be needing, because there is going to be the exchange of rupees 2000 for the other denomination currency. Okay, so there should be enough banknotes that should be available in the currency chest for providing to the other banks. Currency chest holding branches shall extend the required support to the linked or the unlinked, non-linked branches in accepting the rupees 2000 notes and the distribution of the banknotes in other denomination. In case of any difficulty in obtaining the cash, the banks can directly contact the concerned issue office of RBI. So that is issue department of the RBI. So now if you have any complaint, so if you are not, like you are going to the bank but again and again you are not getting your currency exchanged, your rupees 2000 notes exchanged, so you can raise the complaint with the bank, and if you are not satisfied with their answer or if they are not responding to you, then you can lodge your complaint with the Reserve Bank Integrated Ombudsman Scheme at the Complaint Management System portal of the RBI that is present in the RBI's website. Okay, so this is for the raising your complaint. Now reasons that why the RBI has thought of taking away the rupee 2000 banknotes, that is withdrawing the rupee 2000 banknotes. So the rupee 2000 note was encouraging the hoarding of such high denomination notes by the black marketers. So what was happening, that you have seen that the rupee 2000 note is not being utilized for the transaction purposes. That means the hoarding is happening of the rupees 2000 notes. And who hoards the money? Usually the black marketers, or for the black money, the hoarding of such high denomination notes happen. It was easy to store and exchange because it was a high denomination note. In fact, these notes had soon started disappearing from the market. It was not utilized in the market, and the banks were complaining about not getting enough rupees 2000 notes. So no one was depositing these notes in the banks, and no one was using, or like very less deposit of the rupees 2000 notes was happening, as well as very less people were using these notes for the transaction. So where these notes were going? All the banks had recalibrated their ATMs to accommodate rupees 2000 notes at that time, but they were not getting enough rupees 2000 notes. The central bank has frequently said that it wants to reduce the high value notes in circulation, and that is in the economy there should not be the high value notes, because when there are high value notes, it usually becomes very easy for the hoarders or for the black money takers to store these high value notes. Okay, to store their black money in the high value notes. Has stopped printing the 2000 rupee notes over the past 4 years, and that's why the RBI said that we want to reduce the high value notes. We do not want the high value notes in the economy. Importantly, this comes at a time when deposit growth is lagging bank credit growth. So what was happening, that the bank credit growth was high, that the bank was giving like high credit, but the deposit in the bank was not happening that much. The deposits were less in the banks, especially the saving and the current account deposits, they were less. Okay, the fixed deposit, the recurring deposits, they were good, but they were not very high. But the saving and current deposits, they were very low. Okay, so the deposit growth was staggering, it was lagging, it was not much, and that's why RBI thought that okay, this can be one of the reasons that to increase the deposit growth also, the RBI has allowed the rupees 2000 notes to be deposited. Now these are the reasons that we cannot say that okay, due to this reason the RBI has done so, because RBI has not given any particular reason. This is just to give you an idea that okay, these can be the reasons. Okay, So as per the recent RBI guidelines for rupees 2000 denomination banknotes, you have to tell that if you are a non-account holder, how much you can exchange in a bank branch at any bank branch at a time. Okay. Next is, as per the recent RBI guidelines, till when, on or before when you can deposit your money or you can exchange the rupees 2000. What date has been provided by the RBI. Next is, if you are kindly try to answer this question, and if you are able to answer this question, that means you have understood the important points. Okay, so thank you very much. Before going, so there is a big announcement from EduTab that we have brought for you the comprehensive guidebooks for RBI, NABARD and SEBI. Now in this you are going to get the syllabus, you are going to get the previous year questions, and you are going to also get the strategy, okay, the sources. So do download this guidebook, as you are getting everything that is required from the examination point of view. You are getting the syllabus, the previous year questions, the sources. So do download this guidebook. Now thank you very much. If you have any query, you can mail us here or you can contact us through this number. Thank you very much everyone.